Look, welcome back to Scars from the Playground. For some of y'all, I may not be who you want to see, but I'm who you're gonna see. I'm never stopping because I'm popping, fam. I don't just say that just to say that, fam. I say that because I truly, truly believe that in my TEC. Real shit. Look, let's get into the content, fam, because as long as they keep up the bullshit, I'ma always have a job, an extra job. You know what I mean? This ain't my only job. I got like 5 jobs. You got like 5 jobs, 50 kids to feed. You know what I mean? Real sick. Let's get into the content, fam. Let me do my job. Do I come to your job and knock that motherfucking plunge out your hand? No. You know what I mean? Real shit. Do I knock the tire iron out your motherfucking hand when you're changing the tires? No, fam. Do I break up the grocery baskets when you're wheeling them back to where they go in the parking lot of Kroger's? No, you mean leave me alone and enjoy the show, please. Let's get into the content, fam. Look, Kendrick Lamar performed with the Clipse in LA as part of the Let God Sort 'Em Out tour. They was in Los Angeles. They brought K-Dot on the stage. Surprise fans brought him out on the stage. They performed Chains and Whips for the very first time. The crowd went wild, bro. Everybody loved it. K-Dot said he was just privileged to be on a stage with legends, and he made his exit, fam. He went off the stage to watch it with the fans. He was just happy to be there, fam. As big as y'all think K-Dot is, he's just like a kid, fam. These are still the people he was listening to as a child. It's more like a surreal moment. Y'all drop it in the comments, fam. This is real. I don't know. The Clipse, they changed the game, fam. They changed the game. Why? Because now you could rap at 70 and still be cool. Niggas don't know you got something. Drop it in the comments. The young buck is being sued for $71,000 in back child support. Look, despite paying $81,471 through his whole bankruptcy shit, still owes $71,721.30. Look, the BM want every penny of that. He was ordered to pay $1,406 a month in 2015. He was making the payments, then she say somewhere down the line the payments just stopped. Look, shit happens. Shit happens. At first it was $81,471, which he would have been cleared, but in 2025 they upped it to $153,193. Look, bro, they say they trying to take that shit out of what he owed 50 Cent, because 50 ain't been paid yet. Child support is gonna take theirs first. Drop it in the comments. He might have him a problem there. Just being honest, just being real. LL Cool J celebrated 30 years of marriage recently, fam. He met his wife in 1987. They was married in 1995. He say he proposed while speeding down the street in a Porsche, waiting on her to say yes. She did. They've been married ever since, fam. 30 years. I gotta salute that man. I gotta salute him. Why? It doesn't happen every day. They say marriage isn't for the weak. It takes work, love, understanding, picking your battles, and being a friend and a safe place. This is hard, fam. Despite this man being a sex symbol in the music industry and the fucking GOAT, he was still able to be good to that woman. You know what I mean? Look, this is the type of shit that y'all gotta start saluting more and bringing to the forefront. Why? Black men don't cheat no more. Real shit. That's the movement. Drop it in the comments. Look, Lionel Richie survived the home invasion in Beverly Hills. I know a lot of people think of it like a Beverly Hills. Really? Bro, it ain't what you think. Yeah, it ain't what you think. Midnight in Beverly Hills is going down. You gonna think it was 5th Ward, Houston, or Compton or somewhere. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Well, a true intruder attempted to break in his shit While he was home, fam, while he was home, he couldn't silence the alarm. So he took off. He took off running. They caught him down the street. Yeah, they got him, booked him, arrested him right on the corner of Wilshire. Look, this shit could have took, and I'm laughing because I'm like the Joker. I laugh at crazy things. But this shit could have took a turn for the worse. He knew he was in there. They just got Brad Pitt. Luckily, Brad wasn't home, but they got him. You know, there's a string of robberies going on right now. It's always gonna be like that, bro. People tired of not having shit, so they trying to go take something. Just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments. Scars from the playground. Look, YNW Melly double murder trial delayed until 2027. This is for his role in the death of YNW Sack Chaser and YNW Juvie. Allegedly, we gotta say allegedly, fam. Allegedly, they tried to make it look like a drive-by. He tried to make it look like a drive-by, but the ballistics report shows that them bullets came from that back seat of that car. You know what I mean? But look here, bro. His trial will start in 2027, and it's not me saying he's guilty. But by the time that trial starts, he would have been in jail for a decade, just waiting for them to get that guilty verdict. Now, if they get that guilty verdict on him, this is a death penalty case, man. That's what makes it very fucking serious. A lot of lives were ended. Look, drop it in the comments. YNW Portland trial starts later this year. If they can get Portland, it ain't looking good for Melly. I'm just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments. Scars from the playground. Maine Musik throwing shots at TEC. He say he love him to death, but he's deviating from the bullshit. He sat in prison for 6.5 years, and he feel like he just learned his lesson, fam. He want to change. Say TEC refuses to grow. It's starting to be like he's starting to act like what he's around. You're not supposed to become a product of your environment when it's detrimental to your health. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments. You got to understand where Maine Musik coming from, fam. Sometimes it don't take much. Sometimes it don't take much. Once your freedom is stripped away from you, you start to see everything different. Spider Nation, drop it in the comments. I would love to see these two come back together, but sometimes you just got to go the other way. Yeah, sometimes you just got to go the other way. Both of their music is still just as strong without the other party. Just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Future deactivated his Instagram account after debuting his new lavender haircut. Look, a lot of celebrities have been getting hacked, so to save himself public embarrassment or to have his 25 million followers tainted, he deactivated the Instagram account, okay? But look here, bro. This new lavender haircut, Future, I don't know this guy. I don't know him. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know him. He refuses to work out and cut his dreads off. Don't want to take care of his hair. Work this damn. I don't know what's going on with him. I gotta be honest with you. I gotta be honest with you. I don't even take the shit that Future say on his songs as the truth. No mas, man. Sierra turned him up. Yeah, Sierra turned him up. Had he not met Sierra, we don't know who the fuck Future would be. Drop it in the comments. Just Navavius, Natavius, whatever his fucking name is. Scars from the playground. Drop it in the comments, man. Drake has been unable to withdraw his stake winnings. This is after going at the two founders of the platform, fam. His money has been frozen. Despite him trying to withdraw, they keep telling this man, the problem is clear. The problem is clear. Drake has now come to it and asked, is this personal? What is going on? Why can't I touch my money on? You know what I mean? They had already said the money wasn't even for Drake. The money was for promotional purposes. If you fail to do what you're supposed to do within this contract, and that means not talking shit about the platform, fam, the money ain't yours. You lose access to that. You should have took what you could while you could. You know what I mean? Look, drop it in the comments, man. Best thing you could do either public apology or just go spend the money that you got. Yes, just spend the money that you got. That probably ain't yours no more. Just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments. Cause from the playground. Look, Drake bought Tupac original death row chain from Alexander Batar. He collects artifacts, fam. Famous artifacts. Drake has got this piece from him. The back of it says, All Eyes on You, 1996. Now, this is guaranteed to piss Kendrick Lamar off. Why? He was upset Drake owned the ring. Fam, look, if you want these items, go buy these items, man. These items are for sale. If you really like Tupac that goddamn much, go buy all the items. You know, I don't know. They gonna hate on Drake for this, cause for some reason they Drake bought it. Yeah, bro, the shit has been up for sale. it, it ain't no secret, fam. If you want the items, you too. If you got the money on, fam, just go buy the items. Didn't pay that much for it, just to be honest. Drop it in the comments, man. It's cost from the playground. Look, Ghostface Killah denied a feature from Lil Wayne. Yeah, he was supposed to collaborate with Wayne. He reached out to Tunchi to get him on something. Wayne responded he wanted $150,000. He thought about it, carefully considered, but respectfully declined. He said it was too rich for his blood. He went ahead and knocked it out himself, and guess what? We never heard the record. You know what I mean? This is why Wayne was busy. Yeah, Wayne was busy. I gotta respect Ghostface. He's from the Woo, but this ain't the 90s no more, fam. You gotta pay for a nigga to just go play with you in the studio. You wasn't gonna put it out anyway, so it was just gonna be a waste of time. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Yeah, $150,000, cause that's what you would pay somebody else. You can't expect for somebody to give you anything for free, especially not time. Look, shout out Wayne. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Look, Quavo throwing shots at Chris Brown and say the man charging $1,200 to take pictures with fans. He's not an actor. He's supposed to be in the studio recording some motherfucking music. Chris Brown responded. He say Quavo just mad because he got bodied by a singing nigga, and he's lame without Takeoff. Now that's what Chris Brown is wrong. Him and Takeoff pretty much one and the same. Offset is the oddball, but he still has the rhyme scheme too, so they're dope. The Migos are dope. Chris Brown, bro, you're taking advantage. I can't knock the hustle with Breezy. I'm gonna say that. But you're taking advantage of starstruck fans, fam. $1,200 to take a picture with you. Look, I don't care if you licking their knee or kissing their forehead, fam. It's not worth it. It's not even an investment. It's not like you can go sell a picture for $5,000. Ain't nobody trying to see it. Drop it in the comments, fam. It's cost from the play. Hernandez, Govan throwing shots at YouTuber Ceddy. Look, he hopped on the Instagram live with him just to address the elephant in the room. He's been running a public smut campaign on that Maine for months. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments. When Ceddy Nash seen him, it looked like he seen a ghost. Couldn't believe he was there. What are you looking at me like that for, bro? You thought it was going to be on some friendly shit, bro. After a brief back and forth, Hernandez Govan told that man he better use his YouTube money on to invest in life insurance, fam. In life insurance. Said it as he ain't no hoe ass nigga, but he seems a bit kind of shooken up. Why? He starts saying he gonna drop a bag on his head. What kind of goofy shit is that? Y'all drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Look, DJ Academics throwing shots at Meg Thee Stallion. He's branded her a liar. Yeah, this is after showing the deposition he had with Roc Nation regarding his involvement in a drama between Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion. Look, there's claims he's been paid to pick sides. Roc Nation and gave him a little money. You know what I mean? Look, bro, when he was going at Jay-Z, suddenly he had stopped. They had got to him. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. I don't know, but I can tell you content creators do take money. That's why you can't trust him. Nobody's really telling the truth, bro. They're paid to keep all the bad shit off the platforms. Make this other shit go viral. Yeah, make this other shit go viral. Yeah, I can believe it. DJ Academics, leave this shit alone and go find you a woman, nigga. Why are you still with the Meg Thee Stallion shit, fam? It's corny. Yeah, it's corny, fam. Drop it in the comments. Scores from the playground. Busta Rhymes was spotted wearing a 5-pound gold chain. Barcode, Elizabeth, New Jersey. He strolled in with a 2-kilogram gold chain with diamonds, fam. Look, the $200,000 worth of 20K gold base, $200,000 in diamond. This thing weighing 2 kilograms, nearly 5 pounds, bruh. Part bling, part investment. It appreciates in value, so it was a hell of a buy. But it's guaranteed to make his ass look down permanently. Yeah, it's guaranteed to make this nigga look down permanently. You know what I mean? He won't be able to use his fucking neck. This ain't a piece that you can just wear and parlay in, bro. You got to take a picture in that bitch, and you got to take that bitch off. I'm just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments, but it's a hell of a chain. Hey, and get what? Buster like fun boys. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. Look, Offset released a Cardi B diss track. Now, it wasn't designed to be a diss track. He said he recorded this shit for closure. He's closing a chapter. Look, fam, he say she never listened to rules, wouldn't cook, wouldn't clean, always said what she don't do and what she wasn't gonna do. Wasn't trying to be domesticated. Look, you knew who she was when you met her. Let's just be honest, let's just be real. This is Cardi B. You knew she came from the whole life. Your biggest mistake was trying to turn a hoe into a housewife. On top of that, you're stepping out with Lord knows who every other night. Let's just be honest. The relationship was fucked when it even started, before it started. Let's just be honest. Everybody knew this. I'm surprised it lasted so long. So you know what? I could salute him for it. And it wasn't supposed to be a diss record, but unfortunately, this is how it came out. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. Shout out Offset and Cardi B, bro. It's some relationship shit, but everybody should learn from it. Don't get in a relationship because you think it might look good for pictures. It might do something for your career. Never turns out just right. Now Cardi B is selling that $6 million mansion in Georgia. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. Look, Logic no longer speaks to his estranged mother. And I hate to even talk about people, family situations, but you got to bring this type of shit to light because people got to know when you think you got it bad, it's people that got it worse. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Drop it in the comments. This is an interview he did with Adam Freeland on the Adam Freeland show. He opened about his relationship with his parents, fam. He haven't seen his mother in over a decade. She's mentally ill. Last time he seen her when he was about 17, she showed up covered in blood, screaming all type of crazy shit. The police had to get involved. Ain't seen her since. On top of that, in the 2012 track, Dear God, he say she tried to kill him. At 9 years old, she wrapped her hands around his neck and tried to take the breath out of him, the life out of him. He managed to survive, but he said he can't forget that shit. And his daddy is a reformed crackhead. The man, look, Logic is more than meets the eye. And that boy can rap. Drop it in the comments. I rock with him. Got to be honest, got to be real. Drop it in the comments, man. Scores from the playground. Look, big homie CC throwing shots at Wack 100. He say Wack 100 thought flashing his little police badge would get him out of this $50 million lawsuit. Jay Reed want that money, fam. Jay Reed want that money on why they publicly embarrass him to try to make it look like they were gangsters. You know what I mean? We'll say everybody want that gangster tip. You see how Luce was performing. This man was going for, I guess he wanted an acting role or something. I don't know what Luce Cannon thought he was doing. But big homie CC said the energy was different when he met Luce and Wack 100 in Las Vegas. Why didn't y'all attack them? Him and the fellas, him and the guys wanted the drama. It's because they always pick on the weak, fam. That's why you can't take these type of people serious and you can't trust them further than you could throw them. I'm just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments. Adam 22 facing a $50 million aggravated assault lawsuit for the beating Loose and the boys put on O.J. Reed at No Jumper. And that's because Whack 100 said Adam 22 informed him to take care of that situation by any means necessary. Look, they beat the brakes off for this man and recorded it, stripped him like it was a movie, like they was reenacting Menace to Society. Now look, Jay Reed wants $50 million. Turns out Jay Reed wasn't there to start no trouble. This is a friendly old man. This is abuse on the elderly. If Loose Cannon finds his way, like, look, the lawsuit is for Adam 22, No Jumper, Whack 100, and Loose. All of them are on the hook for this $50 million. So even if he find his way, talk his way out of what's going on right now with them Clipse, he gonna be in a world of trouble. It's only so long before the DA actually wanna pick this up too. Why? It will record it. You gotta show the people that they are safe in LA. And just be honest, let's just be real. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the play. Look, Dave Blunt's officially releases his 50 Cent diss track, Hey Curtis. Yeah, Hey Curtis. He said Curtis Jackson don't want no drama. Diddy pissed on your baby mama. Talked about him getting shot, all type of shit, fam. Look, he's throwing shots. The man say it's up when he see 50 Cent in person. Why? 50, he was trying to help Kanye. He kept dragging Kanye. And when he got told 50 Cent something about the little movies and shit, 50 say he gonna push that fat bastard down the stairs when he get a chance. Well, look here. Dave Blunt say, bro, if you want war, is war. Bitch, tie your shoes, lace them up. You know what I mean? Real shit. I'm just being honest with you. Now, the song is lackluster. The video is hilarious, you know what I mean? But it's just the whole thing. Look, salute Dave Blunt. He don't know what he even started. Let's just be honest. 50 is a petty motherfucker. This ain't going in well. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Look, Bun B launches a new podcast platform, Merrick Studios, designed to spotlight authentic voices across hip-hop, culture, and media. They, look, bro, him, Jeffrey Sledge, and Tom Frank, the trio, started this whole thing, bro. We'll see where it goes. They say they providing a space for smart, soulful, unfiltered conversations. Why? Because the world needs it. They debuted it already. Several shows already live, and they got one unglossed with all three of them are co-hosting it. We'll see where it goes. Everybody know the podcast game is where it's at. Why? They see all the money the streamers have been making, fam. They're not making that with music anymore. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Now, Bun B got Trill Burger, but for how long, we don't know. The burgers are too fucking high. It ain't worth it, man. I'm just being honest. Shout out Bun, fam, but I don't like Trill Burger, and I live in Houston. Drop it in the comments. I'm from here. Drop it in the comments, fam. Nigga rather go to McDonald's. Why? McDonald's gonna always have that same burger. Yeah, they're gonna always have that same burger. It's gonna be always made the same way, and guess what? It's gonna be at a value price. Same shit, fam. Drop it in the comments. Shout out Bun B. Snoop Dogg signed D Smoke to Death Row Records, which ain't no surprise, fam. He was originally a Spanish teacher from Inglewood, fam. And Snoop Dogg was one of the judges on Rhythm and Flow. If you didn't catch that season, D Smoke was the winner of that. Yeah, he was the winner of that. And he pretty much deserved it. It had a couple people that might have could have took it home, but he did what he had to do with it, fam. But look here. D Smoke is working with Snoop Dogg, and he announced a new tour. What is it called? The Wake Up Super Tour. Plus the album coming out from October 28th to November 24th. He will be making a North American trek, and you'll be able to see what D Smoke could do. I think he a better actor, fam. Yeah, I think he a better actor. That Mayor of Kingstown with Jeremy Renner is one of my favorite shows, fam. Now that's fire. Drop it in the comments, man. Shout out D Smoke. Shout out Snoop, old snake ass too. I'm just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments. Look, Tyler, the Creator, Camp Flognar Festival is returning to the Dodger Stadium. Look, bro, Tyler, Creator started this Camp Flognar Festival in 2012. Now, they stopped it briefly because of the pandemic, the whole coronavirus shit really fucked up a lot of things people had going. Let's just be honest, let's just be real. What they are back. And the lineup is crazy, nigga. ASAP Rocky, which everybody's still waiting on that album that he say is done. Doechii is gonna be there. Don't know how she soared straight up the charts like she did, but she deserves it. She be rapping her ass off. Let's just be honest, let's just be real. Glorilla is gonna be there. Tim's. They even got the Clipse. Now I don't know who the Clipse been sucking off, but them boys can rap too. Let's just be honest, let's just be real. Tyler the Creator, he's set to hit the stage right in November. This weeks after he wraps up the world tour, Chromatopia. Y'all drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the play. Look, Chance the Rapper released just a drop music video with J Electronica. Look, Starliner is amazing. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. I see a lot of people ain't really just talking about it like that. Some things go unnoticed. But if you check out this album, you'd understand what I am talking about, fam. Now, the visuals are sick. He's strolling through the wilderness. They said some real spiritual type shit. And if you listen to the music, fam, you'd understand. The main say we just need enough water to cook this crack, all these chapped lips, and call these naps. You know what I mean? Now, J Electronica is gonna always take you to church. Always, my nigga. The man say his Lord and Savior asked for water. They gave him vinegar, which is a true story if you follow the Bible. Look, drop it in the comments. Starline is dope. Just a Drop is one of my favorite records on that album. Just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the Playground. Look, Drake has been granted access to Kendrick Lamar's UMG recording contract after sending several discovery requests. The judge has granted him access. They previously received the unreadable version, 22-page redacted version of this 22-page contract. They couldn't see shit. Now this is with a twist because the documents are sealed, meaning the public won't be able to see it. It's for like attorneys' eyes only. Drake is gonna be able to know what's in that contract, but it ain't gonna be for everybody. Look, I don't know what Drake is going with this. I know this is a cunning little bastard. Yeah, he's a cunning little bastard. And why? The man wanted Dave Free to take a paternity test for Kendrick Lamar's baby. Now, they threw that shit out in court, but like I tell everybody, fam, it was the audacity for me. You know what I mean? It was just made it hilarious. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the Playground. Look, Jay-Z releasing his first album in 8 years, fam. And his man ain't dropped an album since 2017, 444, which I wasn't just the biggest fan of. I can't lie, bro. I can't lie. I'm one of them type of niggas that just like his old shit. Yeah, I like that old shit. You know, I think I stopped at, but you know, I went as far with him as Kingdom Come. Yeah, I went as far as Kingdom Come. When he retired and he came back with that Kingdom Come, that shit was hard, fam. I really didn't like that 444. But yeah, I figured he was gonna make some new shit. I figured he was gonna drop some new shit, bro. This shit got a hit like make some average shit, make some regular shit, fam. I know he be trying to take it up here and talk about all type of shit a nigga don't know, but nigga wanna hear that Jay-Z that a nigga used to know, fam. Nigga wanna see glimpses that you are still there, if you still got it, fam. If you're still recording, I don't give a fuck what, man. Bleak talk about it. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the Playground. Big X the Plug was arrested again, fam. Again. They caught him with less than 2 ounces of marijuana and a firearm, fam, that was a misdemeanor. It ain't really about the charges. It's about the stupid shit, fam. The stupid shit. Why did they pull him over? He's driving a car with no license plates, fam. What's going on, fool? What's going on? You know what I mean? You got to clear this up, fam. The first time you got pulled over, your car didn't have no tags on it. How you think you could be getting money, especially you, bro? You got kids, bro. How you think you could be getting money and be driving illegally? That's one of the first things you get situated. Your legal issues, as far as your tags and cars and all that type of shit, and your credit, fam. Other than that, What's the money good for? Drop it in the comments, man. It's the stupid shit I don't like. Drop it in the comments. Cards from the playground. Lil Nas X was hospitalized, then arrested in Los Angeles, fam. Allegedly, he OD'd on some synthetic marijuana. I don't think this is that. I think this is the family trying to clear that up and them trying to just say he ain't on hard drugs, bro. I think something is definitely wrong with that boy. He was in tighty whities and cowboy boots inviting people to some mysterious party. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. Yeah, something is going on with that boy. He is Lil Nas has came a long way from that little country road guy, Old Town Road fella. You know, he ain't that fella anymore. He started playing with fire. Now they're gonna burn him. Next thing you know, they're gonna be saying he really OD'd. And we ain't talking about no synthetic marijuana. We talking about on some Fenty. Yeah, some Fenty. I think that's what they call it. That Fenty, huh? Man, drop it in the comments, man. Yeah, this ain't good for nobody. Look, Waka Flocka Flame requests an interview with DJ Academics. He want to talk about all that shit that he's been talking about his little brother album. Who he talking about, bro? He's talking about Metro Boomin. He's talking about that futuristic summer. DJ Academics say, bro, it would have been better if he would have got bigger artists to be on that album. Look, that album is dope. You got J Money, Travis Porter, bro, Roscoe Dash, Young Joe, T.I., Quavo. Who else you want, man? Gucci, man, this album is packed. Not to mention, it's all hits, fam. What y'all think? We're underrating this album. Real people listen to this album and enjoy it. Why, bro? It's not an ode to the past. This is a futuristic summer. Niggas, they're having fun in Atlanta, bro. I got us. He's stealing all the swag. Man, it's shit hard, man. Drop it in the comments. I'm just being honest, just being real. Lil Boosie throwing shots at Kanye West. He say that man need to go ahead and come out the closet. Why? He can't get over the whole cousin shit. What he did to his cousin Stevie. Why? Reason being, he say if he did that to little Stevie, and Stevie wasn't nothing but 6, he say, you didn't just stop there. You went and you kept doing it. Look, allegedly they say Kanye West pretty much sucked his way to the top, man. Now that I'm hearing the story about what he did to Stevie because he found his mama magazine's family, it kind of makes sense. Yeah, it kind of makes sense why that producer finally got his chance to finally start doing a little rapping. Yeah, it finally makes sense, man. It's totally on some weird shit. I can't blame Boosie. Y'all can't blame Boosie for not respecting him and dragging him like he does, man. It's just like you thought he was one way and then he's get with Dave Blunts and start saying he another way. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Look, Lance Rivera throwing shots at Jay-Z. This is Rivera. Used to fuck with Biggie. This is the same person allegedly Jigga poked up. Yeah, poked him up. Well, look here, he say Jay-Z is a sucker. Why? Reason being, Dame Dash has lost a $4 million settlement. And there's no reason why he should be going that. He feels as though Dame Dash did so much for Jay-Z that he owes him. Look, that's all cool, that's cute, it's a talking point, but Dame don't want the money, nor do Dame even need it. Dame put everything in somebody else's name. Dame is okay. He's not paying because he's not trying to pay. When they lock his ass up, you'll see how fast that money come about. Let's just be honest. Look, shout out Lance, you know, shout out to him. That was Biggs' boy, yeah. Jay-Z couldn't have did what he did without Dame and Biggs, but Dame don't want the money. Even if he did, he ain't getting it. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Look, Playboy Cardi called out by fans for worshiping Satan. Satanism, Luciferian, he's with the shit. They calling him out for all the demonic imagery, along with always, Satan. He got a Satan on back of his neck. Look, fam, this man is just like Lil Nas, Lil Nasty. Him and Lil Nas one of the same, fam. This thong-wearing nigga ain't really down with the dark side. Don't let them all fool ya. You know, he's just doing it for the clicks. He's just doing it for the clicks. Vamp life, huh? Don't you know most vampires are homosexual? It's a sexual experience when you're sucking blood. You don't care if it's from a man or from a woman. Drop it in the comments, man. Shout out Playboy Carter, though, since he liked to play. You know, drop it in the comments. He's demonic. No, he ain't. You know what I mean? Yeah, you'll know if it ends in fire for him. Drop it in the comments, man. Scars from the playground. Look, Kanye West crypto coin crashed within hours. The Yeezy coin, he launched a Solana-based cryptocurrency. It surged to $3 billion at one point based on market rate peak capitalization. It went all the way down to $349 million. It was going for $3.16 a share. After 24 hours, it was down to 91 cents. Fam, this is historic, legendary. Why? The man was able to launch a coin, which is big. He partnered with somebody, he launched a coin, he's making his money, but come on, man. By the end of the week, this thing might be down to 20 cents. Drop it in the comments. Shout out Kanye West, but he's a cocksucker. Ever since he did what he did and admitted it about his cousin Stevie, I can't rock with him. Yeah, I can't rock with him ever. I'm just being honest, just being real. Drop it in the comments. But shout out Ye. Shout out to him. Look, Michael Jordan opened free clinics in North Carolina. This is big, and specifically Charlotte and Wilmington. This is for the underprivileged and the undeserved. This is free healthcare, fam. This is for anybody that can't afford it. It's 4 spots right now. This is a part of his new initiative. A lot of people thought it was him that was giving the money to the private prisons. That was a different Michael Jordan. Y'all drop it in the comments. I was wrong about that too. Look, I like Jordan. Always have liked him, despite them saying he's an asshole because he wouldn't sign Chameleon shoes. Look, this is big. Now the man is giving back the best way he know how. Even though some people wanted him to give it back basketball-wise. Train some stars, nigga. Drop it in the comments. Shout out Michael Jordan. Look, Michael Beasley throwing shots at Kendrick Lamar. He say, "Not Like Us" is trash. Trash. It was a decent West Coast bop, but people only dick ride that song because they hate Drake. Look, it's okay. He say nobody riding and bumping that shit. You never hear it really played nowhere. Look, it's okay, fam, but it ain't got shit on Tupac Hit 'Em Up. When we go to diss records, fam, it ain't just all that. On top of that, most of the shit is fabricated lies. Now that Family Matters, on the other hand, you know what I mean? That's some shit that really has to be studied right now. The man even asked the judge to grant a paternity test for one of his kids because he believes it is for day free. Look, a lot of people say, oh, it got shut down. It was the audacity for me. Look, drop it in the comments, fam. Yeah, nobody really fucking with that Not Like Us. It was okay for a minute, but it came and went. But the man won 5 Grammys on it, so hey, drop it in the comments.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it to play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap, people tell me I'm a Clipse. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.